Okay, so if you are now comfortable, get yourself into a nice, beautiful position, whether it's sat down or lay down. And we're going to start connecting in with our breaths. Breathing right through into the chest, into the body, and allowing your breath to connect you into your flesh, into this vessel. You might notice, you might even energetically start to feel now as you breathing yourself in. It's like there's like an energetic self almost stood in front of you that's been busy, that's kind of in a forward motion. And that energetic self in front of you, I want you to keep breathing her in. Breathing that energetic self right in. And it might even feel like there's a little bit of resistance because they've got so many things they want to do, so many things they've got to organize in a certain amount of time. Or they might just come back really easily. Or you might come back and it feels like there's just an inch or a centimeter ahead. Relax and allow and pull them back into the present. You might even feel a little bit of anxiety, a bit of pressure come through, or even a little bit of panic. That feeling of, how am I going to get everything done if I'm not energetically in the future? And it's a mind trick. It's a trick of the mind, because we only ever exist in the now anyway. So breathe that through, calming the mind. If I'm only ever right here, right now, ever. Everything happens in the moment, in the breath, in the heartbeat of this body in this moment. Whether it be future planning, it is all created in the now. So we're going to breathe deeply into that. It feels like the body's coming more in alignment, but there's a lot out of alignment with the head. So allow yourself to breathe the head in. Where is your consciousness? Where have you spread your mind? Is it in different tasks? Is it in different things that you'd like to organize? And just knowing that everything can be done in due time, we're going to pull the brain, the mind back. And that feeling of let go is a little bit of almost self-discipline. Let go. Let go of all them things I've got to do. It might feel like a little bit of a fight, even into the internal mind. This is where the mind is an amazing tool, but when it pulls us out of the body, it pulls us into the future, it starts to work against us. So we're going to put the mind back in check, back in order, back in alignment with the present now. And as we breathe the mind in, allow the mind to drop into the heart. So it's like this flow of energy from the head down to the heart. Breathing it through. And every time the mind starts to think, starts to drift out of the body into different things around you, into different things that you have to do, pull it back. It doesn't even matter. All that matters is right here, right now, this moment of power, this moment of presence, the gift of the now. And as you pull the mind back into the chest, and it's like saying to the body, I understand the mind is here and it's part of me, but I lead from the heart. That's why we're redirecting our energy to the chest, to the heart. And this actually allows the mind to rest. And when you think of pack animals, how they like a leader, this is a little bit what the mind's like. If the mind doesn't have an area that leads it, like the heart, then it goes off, it goes astray. It actually even feels a bit more anxious, just like a pack animal would do if it didn't have a leader. That's why when you have dogs, there's always that hierarchy of the dog likes for you to be in control. And if the owner isn't in control, then there's chaos. And it's kind of that kind of analogy for the mind, that we're going to allow it to know that it's happily cared for, that everything's in control by the harp. And the heart knows more than you could ever imagine. There's more knowledge than you could ever dream of that can pour in through this heart space. And we're going to connect up into the source from the heart, right up through like an electrical bolt of light, high through into the source. And we're going to strike that lightning right into there, allowing it to connect and merge and create a bond with pure creation, a bond with yourself as a fragment of source on a journey of discovery, of adventure. Breathing that light down, allowing you to relax into the wholeness of who you are. That there is no accident to this life, this body, this experience. It is all divinely guided. Bring in that connection deep into the heart space and allowing it to integrate almost like electricity, like you would see the lightning bolts go through clouds as they strike. Seeing those lightning bolts from your heart start to strike through, down and travel through the arms, through the back, through the lungs. Like they're lighting up clouds as they light up the organs, they light up the flesh, allowing that electrical charge to integrate, to alter, to change, to chemically alter your body into a different vibration, into the frequency of your purity of you, your divine essence, your divine frequency, without the background noise, without the chaos. And as you take deep breaths now from the source, as if you're breathing in pure creation, every breath, every heartbeat is like a pump sucking through, invoking into the body, into the flesh, the essence of creation, the essence of the adventure, of the experience. And as we feel into the adventure, it's like we can let go of the neediness, the hunger, the wanting, and we feel into the flow, not having to have an end result, not having to reach the top of the mountain. That feeling of what happens on the way. What do I see? What do I experience? Allowing the entire journey to be the gift. And it doesn't matter if there's no ending, because it just goes on and on as the most beautiful story, like a book that continues to evolve, continues to grow, continues to become more and more interesting. Always different chapters, different experiences. And how each chapter and experience builds on the last, builds on your expansion as you allow this to pull through your body, right the way through to your base, through to your core, lighting up the spine, using your imagination, visualizing the most powerful electricity through the spine, through your nervous system, pouring through the hip joints. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to move to? Where are you going to explore? With the adventure, there's no rush. It's a gentle walk or skip, or it's an exciting leap. There's so much beauty in that. There doesn't have to be an end date. As we feel into the magnificence of this, the boundlessness of this. How when you don't put an end date on things, there's no boundary. It's boundlessness. It's infinite. And it's like the level of what you can achieve, what you can experience is infinite. And there's no box. There's no tiny road. There's many paths in all directions. With the excitement of where will they take me? Where will I go? Which one will I follow? Which one will I decide? And as we ground this beautiful energy now through our cores, through our hips, down through the legs to the feet, we're going to energize this through into the earth. Connecting with the beautiful electrical frequencies of light of the earth, the light that's in the plants, that's even in the rocks, the crystals, the minerals, the energy. Everything is light, everything is energy. Seeing this, allowing your mind to relax even further as you allow that inner eye, that beautiful pineal gland to see the reality beyond the sight of the physical eyes, to see the connection, how you merge to everything that is alive, that you are life itself, and life itself is a symphony, a play that is all around you, that moves with you, that is you, that oneness, that wholeness. And as we connect now deeper through into this field of energy, we're going to allow now it to connect deeper through into the physical atoms, the DNA structures of your vessel, of your body. And as you feel into that boundlessness, that adventure, the exploration of life, spiraling that through your body, relaxing further as you spiral it through your DNA. And I want you to feel now where it hits. It might hit a certain organ, a certain part of your body, or a certain, even if it's a random place. You might feel it in the left side. You might feel it in the right. This is where we're going to allow you to guide yourselves here now. If you're feeling it in the left side, it's very likely coming from the mother. If you're feeling any pain or blocking in the right side, this block is coming from your father. So with that knowledge in mind now, just spend a second, a moment just to feel in. Where is the boundlessness of the adventure of life? When I pull this into my body, where is the resistance within my flesh, within my coding, within my DNA? And follow this through. If it's the left, go to your mother line. If it's the right, go to your father line. Breathe more light from the source, more light from the earth. And send that vibration of boundlessness, of adventure through into that relative, into the mother or the father, into that parent. And you're gonna instantly maybe feel a big wall here compared to your own frequency that was able to absorb this, that was able to integrate this. And now when you echo this through into that parent, notice the resistance. It might feel like it's hitting a black wall. Relax for them. Allow yourself to connect in with their bodies. Breathe, soften, relax. And we're going to allow the fire of your soul to help with this. So as we ignite the flame within the heart further, engulfing your body, your essence, your cells, your RNA, your DNA with the essence of the fire of your own soul, which might have a certain color, a certain sparkle, a certain frequency. And as you feel into that fire of who you are in boundlessness, in adventure, in expansion, breathe that through like the fire of the breath, gently through into that parent. And you'll notice the fire now works so much easier now as we start to burn through their old programming. Where were they bounded to a job, to a partner, to a life that didn't serve them? And as you feel into each of those, there may be sadness. There may be a regret that they couldn't expand maybe as much as they would have loved to, their soul would have really enjoyed to. Send this fire deep through into their core, into their spines, into their hearts. That fire that cleanses, this fire that explores the adventure of boundlessness, and expand this from their core outwards to dissolve away the binding of society, the binding of the rat race of work, the binding of the money, of having to earn a certain amount to live or survive. And any emotions that come up for this parent, there may be a lot of sadness. Bring in joy for them. As you notice their sadness, feel into the word joy, laughter, expansion, adventure. And there's something about that word of adventure that's pouring through today. And as you feel into that word of adventure, it feels vast, so infinite and expanding. And it's like you don't know where you're going, but you're in awe of that adventure. You have no idea where it will take you, but the excitement of that, of the not knowing, how you don't always have to know what's next. And the excitement of that can in itself be more than ever anything that you've ever experienced within any situation. Allowing that boundlessness, that excitement of the unknown, relaxing the mind out of that. The mind wants to know the time, the place, everything that's going to happen in the future. The soul wants the journey, the surprise, what's around every corner, the surprise of a new meeting, of a new soul, a new adventure. As we quieten the mind even further, through yourself, through your parents, and you might want to now switch over to the other parent now and breathe that through into them, expanding that fire of your own essence, feeling into that expansion of adventure, into their core, into their heart, like it's bursting them open from the inside out, like it's cracking the eggshell, where it's breaking the container into infinite boundlessness, expansion. And as we feel now into yourself, you can feel that smile, that joy, that adventure. It's like a skip, a jump. You can't wait to just bounce into the next experience, having no idea what it is. The unknown. This is why we become these souls within these bodies that lose our memories, so we can experience everything again. The smell of a rose, the feeling of rain on a warm day, the feeling of the warm sun, the ocean breeze. How we learn to re-experience the joys of this life, of this journey, by sometimes not remembering who we are, that it's part of the plan. And as we gently do remember who we are, that in itself becomes part of the journey. Who am I as I learn to remember who I am again in this process, in this body? What am I actually capable of? What have I forgotten? That in itself is a beautiful journey. And as we feel into the power that brings through the body, through the flesh, through your core, we're going to breathe and ignite that flame further, and we're going to allow it to blow through with the breath through both parents. We're going to go through into the grandparents, through both the mother, the father, back through into the grandparents. Where were they stuck? Some older generations, a lot of pain coming through the throat. Where couldn't they express their views? Where couldn't they allow their voice to expand into the journey? What held them back? Do they care more about society's thoughts than their own thoughts, their own wishes, their own guidance? A lot of the older generations, they lost themselves, they lose themselves because they worry, well, what would they think? What would the neighbor think? What would this family member think? And we're going to literally allow this boundlessness to be, what do you think? What do you feel? And that feeling, it doesn't matter what anyone else feels or thinks. What do you as an individual want to journey into, expand into? And as we wash this through the grandparents, feeling that sigh of relief as we expand them from their cores. So there's like 4 people now that you can breathe into their spines, that fire. Open up their hearts, dropping their minds into the hearts, and that expansion as if the egg is cracking. The rebirth. A lot of people, the journey never even started. They didn't even crack out the egg. They didn't even, too scared to come out of the egg to even walk and experience life. As we expand this out through the DNA, we're going to feel again back into ourselves. Back to breathing that light from above, from below, and allowing our own essence to ignite further, stronger through our heart spaces. And we're going to blow this through, almost like a dragon breath now, from the self, from the heart, through the parents, through the full grandparents, and then back through. And we're doing both the mother and the father line at the same time here. Allowing them to wash through into the generation behind them. There's a wave of emotion coming through. Allow that wave of emotion to be felt, but then neutralized, expanded. Like you're freeing, you're cutting the rope off each relative. You're allowing them to be free. And as we feel into this boundlessness, we can feel into the expansion of the gifts, of the psychic abilities, of the voice, of the singing, of the expression of the poet that was never expressed. And we can allow this to pour back through these relatives. What gifts did they never share? What gifts did they never bring out into the world? What were they holding back? And allow this light to come through into each of their cores, into their heart, connecting through into the mind, dropping the mind into the heart and expanding like an egg of rebirth through each relative. And we're going to feel now into almost like an egg that contains every essence of your DNA throughout the generations. And when you think of an egg that does develop, it does contain all these different particles, these building blocks that become the future, become the hatchling, which is you. And as you feel yourself as that hatchling, what was in the egg? Where did it come from? Where did the fabric of everything within your body, through your DNA? And we're going to see it as literally within either a sphere or an egg shape. And as we bring in our consciousness to see our entire DNA within this egg as a soup, infuse now. You can use your hands and your heart as a beam, sending a beam of light from the heart, from each hand, even from your third eye, even from your base, your womb, into this egg. What were they closing down? What did they shut down? And allow yourself to relax into opening up the gifts through the genetics. As if every fiber, every molecule that created the bodies of the past is within this egg. And as we infuse this egg that is the soup of everything that came before you to create this body, as we light it up, as we echo through the joy, the laughter, the creation energy, we're going to connect this egg from the central point of the egg, as if we're collecting all of the mass, all of the molecules, all the fabric into a central point inside of the egg with a breath. And as it does, it's like a sun forming, how a sun would form within the universe from all different particles pulling together into one place. And as we feel it start to form into a bright sun, blindingly bright in the center, we're going to allow it to expand, becoming brighter and brighter, like the suns of every heartbeat that ever came before you. The fabric of energy, of consciousness of everyone, everything that came before you in your own line, in your own DNA line. A powerful, gigantic sun. And as it grows within this egg now, we're going to breathe, we're going to soften, we're going to relax, and we're going to burst this egg open with the adventure, with the boundlessness, with the infiniteness of who we each are. Like a supernova through consciousness. Yeah, anything is possible. A rebirth of the lineage of your essence. We're going to connect all of that through, allowing a beam from the source to come through into that sun. as it expands without a shell, without a barrier, without any rules to keep it confined, to express itself fully, to shine. Now, if you have a strong visual of this sun now, I want you to allow it to come forward into your own heart. As if you're breathing this essence in. And as you feel it inside of your chest, inside of your own heart, allow whatever needs to shift out of the physical DNA to shift. Purge. May even look like gray or black smoke leaving you, burning out. You may feel you need to stretch, to move. As you allow this to settle within your chest, allowing it to circulate with the heartbeat, with the pulse of the vibration of your body through the blood, etherizing the blood, connecting with the iron, with the magnetism of the blood, with the elements of the blood that make you and your vessel literally the earth. Matter in consciousness, in form, on an adventure. And the energy pouring through everyone now is absolutely divine. And we're going to allow this energy now. And it's almost like this merging with our bodies, with the recognition that we are to the earth. And as we bring this consciousness of adventure, boundlessness, infiniteness into the ground beneath our homes, allowing the beat of your own heart to ripple like a drop dropped into water through the earth, through the solid mass of the planet, waking up the collective to the adventure. And there's no real rush. There's no rush. It's play. It's dance. There's not even a destination. It's freedom. Absolute freedom. As we feel into that absolute freedom, radiate this into the collective consciousness. As we calm the rat race, we calm the rush. And we allow the unfolding of the present moment to pour out through the collective. There's a lot of almost panic energy coming out of the collective. We can almost just breathe this out. That feeling of I choose boundlessness. I choose to be free. And now drawing back from the cosmos, from the universe, any more of your energy that has been freed up through space, through time, through other dimensional fields of your being, as you breathe it back into the one, into the whole, knowing that you are part of everything and everyone, but conscious in this moment, in this place, right here, right now. Allow this to create a beautiful field of energy around you, into your aura, strengthening your auric field, that I am present in the now. This is my body. This is my aura. This is my life. And as we allow the energies of your own essence to circulate and infuse and enhance around you as a cell of pure consciousness, purely free, free from the matrix, free from the collective, but part of the change within that. I'm going to pause for a moment. And take in another nice, big, deep breath before you feel back into your hands, back into your feet. And when you feel ready,